Well, hello, Bill, and good to see you, Mr. Vice President. I just have kind of an opening question, and then absolutely, and then I'll get to another viewer question because the power of the people, their voice is so important today. I want to follow up, though, on this ventilator hospital surge type of support for particularly the three hardest hit states, Washington, California, and New York. And hearing from Governor Cuomo as we have, and he is wont to update the nation every day, about the talk. As you say, the administration's not saying no. He's saying that the administration is saying no about that stockpile of ventilators. Those are needed, as you said, Mr. Vice President, when this thing kicks in and it attacks your lungs and it becomes pneumonic. Yeah. It is powerful stuff, and we need to gear up. So if the spike now is doubling the number of cases in New York every 3 days, which is what Governor Cuomo said, and we're almost at what we thought would be an apex, and we're not there yet. He calls it a bad combination of how many cases and people who are actually getting sick and how woefully ill-prepared we are in the numbers of ventilators. Why not just release that stockpile now?
Well, what I can tell you and your viewers, Harris, is that we're doing just that. We're in the process of literally sending the entire national stockpile out. And I want the people of New York to know that we are putting a priority on the state of New York and, of course, on Washington and California, where the outbreak has been the most severe. You know, since the president signed.
All right.
We'll continue to detail that, but I can promise you in our conversations with Governor Cuomo, in our conversation the President and I had with Mayor de Blasio just day before yesterday, we want to assure them that we're going to make those resources available. We're going to identify resources that are in the private marketplace, but we are calling on our governors to identify those respirators in their outpatient clinics that anesthesiologists and now the FDA have said can be converted. This literally, Harris, would add tens of thousands of respirators to our healthcare facilities. And we renewed that call to our governors, and we'll continue to share that message, even while we increase production.
Well, and you know, what people may be able to appreciate about what you're saying, Mr. Vice President, is perhaps that could be done expeditiously because they're already in the system. I'm just trying to find out on people's behalf what's faster, releasing the stockpile and putting more. And I don't live in New York. I'm just looking across the river and knowing that the Javits Center, which is across from the ferry and a lot of transportation hubs, is being turned into a makeshift hospital. So the visuals on this thing are eye-popping. What's faster, going through the system as you're describing or the stockpile? Just real quick answer on that, and I'm going to get to a viewer.
Harris, we think the president says it's an all-of-the-above strategy. We want to use the national stockpile. We want to identify resources that are already in the marketplace, including what the FDA has now approved to be converted to be used as respirators. But we are spinning up industry every single day, and the president's made it clear. He's fully prepared to use the Defense Production Act. The executive order he signed against hoarding and price gouging yesterday was based on the Defense Production Act. But at this point, I can tell you, American industry is stepping forward as never before, and we're going to meet this challenge as Americans together.
All right.